Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina, and today we're going to be playing with the Lindy Stamp Gang Starburst Stains. This is the Icicle Creek collection, and I'll put a link to their website where you can order these down at the bottom of the screen. But I'm going to be working with the Alpine Ice Rose spray today. And if you've never used the Lindy Stamp Gang products, they're a lot of fun. And you can get some really neat, they have lots of different products and they can get some really neat effects with these. So I'm going to start out, we're actually going to be making this card today. So I'm going to start out by showing you how to create the background that I created for this card. And all you do is, I'm just using my Lindy Stamp Gang spray, and when you get these, there's just a powder on the bottom. And what you do is you fill it up with warm water to the fill line and let it sit for about 15-20 minutes or so, and that activates the powders that are inside. So I think you'll really like this product if you try it out. So what I'm going to do is just spray a nice little spray of the Alpine Ice Rose onto my piece of cardstock, and my cardstock measures 4 by 5 1/4. And you can go ahead and either spray dry this with the heat tool or just set it aside and let it dry. I'm just going to set this aside to let it dry because I already have one prepared for you. So just put that to the side. And what I like about this is it's got a really pretty this one in particular has a pretty gold shimmer to it. I don't know if you can see that on the video or not. So I went ahead and prepared mine, and what I did was I ran this through my Big Shot using the Polka Dots Cuttlebug embossing folder, and then I went to my sewing machine and just sewed a stitch going around the outside, because what I'm going to do is just create these tear lines now just using my fingers. I'm not going to wet the edges or anything because I just want it to be just a dry tear. So then what I do is I just going to roll some of the edges, and you can even use the edge of a paintbrush for this if you want, just for these corners. And then I just use my fingers to distress those tear lines and kind of spread them apart. So that's just what I'm doing here. I'll even roll up the little corners a little bit. Okay, so there we go. I just kind of created this little distressed edge here. And the next thing I'm going to do is just take some linen thread, and I'm going to start by taping this to the back of my card. In no particular place, I'm just going to wind my linen thread around my card, or my background image here. And then I'll just tape that onto the back and then trim that off. And now I can just go ahead and adhere this to the base of my card. And I'm just using a standard A2 size card, which is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. So I'm just going to go ahead and center that right onto my card, just like so. And you may have to fluff up your edges a little bit. It's time to watch a movie in our house. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this, this is actually from the Create a Critter Cricut cartridge, and it was a little heart balloon, and I just cut the tail off because I'm going to go ahead and add my own little embellishment to it. And I'm going to do that with this little piece of fabric that I cut and tied into a bow. So I just have some glue dot on the back of that. Just going to stick that right on there. And then I'm going to take a piece of the fabric, pull off some of the frayed edges there. And I'm going to go ahead and tape this to the back of my balloon. Oh, glue dot stuck there. Just like so. So that kind of creates my tail. And then what I'll do is just go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back, and I'm just using the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I put quite a few on there because I wanted to make sure it sticks to the embossed background I created. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this right to the front of my card. And then I'll go ahead and cut the tail off of my string there, and there we go. That's our card for today. So thanks for watching another episode of Creations with Christine. I'll see you next time. Bye.